What you see here is oxygen being leaked from the tank in a civic-run hospital in Nasik, which ended up taking the lives of as many as 22 patients. 25 patients at Delhi's Jaipur Golden Hospital died late Friday night due to oxygen shortage, while the government struggles to figure out ways to help the hospitals. Across the nation, people are not only dying because of COVID, but also because of lack of oxygen. COVID patients are gasping for breath. Their family members wait in line hours to find one bed, one injection of remdesivir, and oxygen bed to keep the patient alive. The situation is worse than grim in the country. Social media is flooded with messages asking for help. Hospitals are also so desperate that they're asking help from social media platforms to inform the authorities of lack of oxygen. This is a tweet by India's one of the top-most hospitals.
We probably, we as a doctor, we as a hospital, we are supposed to give life. If we cannot give them oxygen even, what is the situation? When patient comes to, patient will die. Patient will die.
The shortage of oxygen as well as an antiviral drug important to cure COVID-19, remdesivir, have become a reason for the scuffle between the state and the central government. In Maharashtra, Food and Drug Administration Minister Rajendra Shinghe has denied claims of the BJP that he had allowed the party or any individual to purchase or distribute the remdesivir injection. He said that BJP was spreading misinformation. Additionally, Maharashtra Congress chief Nana Patole asked whether the centre was responsible for two firms expressing inability to meet the centre's demand of remdesivir. Patole told reporters that the Maharashtra government's tender to supply of 8 lakh injections of remdesivir was given to two companies and the state was to get 50,000 vials a day starting tomorrow. But these companies have communicated to the state that they cannot supply so many vials. They can supply only a few thousand. Patole asked if the centre is behind these companies drastically dropping their supply quantity. Is the centre putting people's lives in danger to defame the Maharashtra government? The Congress leader asked. Not just the remdesivir injection, but the oxygen crisis has also become a reason for kerfuffle between states and the central government. And it's not that the government is not trying to help and provide oxygen supplies, but maybe not hard enough. Government has started special trains to supply oxygen to all the states. But the main problem is that medical oxygen is not reaching hospital beds in time. This delay is a product of where production units are located, a stretched distribution network, and what critics have said is bad planning. Shiv Sena also questioned the government on the delay in the supply of oxygen demand. They alleged that the railway did not give a green corridor to the oxygen express dispatched to bring oxygen from Visakhapatnam as Maharashtra is facing shortage of oxygen for COVID-19 patients. Through the green corridor, the distance would have been covered in less than 28 hours, but the train was delayed. When the oxygen level in hospitals are dangerously low and when the hospitals say that they have only 2 hours of oxygen left, delay in supply is preposterous. They are costing lives. With COVID-19 cases also swapping states like Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, oxygen facilities are overstretched, attempting to meet local demand. To fulfill Delhi's current needs, additional medical oxygen now has to be trucked in from industrial zones in eastern India. Given the hazardous nature of the substance, all liquid oxygen must be transported in a limited number of specialized tankers, which requires advanced planning to ensure deliveries are made safely and on time. Now, some states are also disrupting the transportation of oxygen in a bid to keep supplies for themselves. The Delhi government, which had until Tuesday been accusing Uttar Pradesh of curbing supply of oxygen to the capital, later accused by Haryana of stealing oxygen from a tanker. The Haryana Health Minister said the tanker was on its way to supply oxygen to hospitals in Faridabad. To avoid such an incident to happen again, which said that he had issued instructions that all tankers carrying oxygen across Haryana would be escorted by state police force. Now, while the government is busy accusing each other, people in hospitals are being asked to bring their own oxygen cylinders because hospitals do not have any. Due to this, black market for oxygen is thriving. Refills for one oxygen cylinder cost between 250 to 300 rupees and are now being sold for more than double this price. Some dealers are charging as much as 6,000 rupees to refill one large cylinder, which otherwise cost only 300. It's the central government's responsibility to ensure that hospitals have adequate supply of oxygen and medicines, and now the courts have to interfere to make the government understand this point. On April 21st, the Delhi High Court and Bombay High Court conducted emergency hearings amidst a shortage of oxygen and remdesivir in the states. While the Delhi High Court asked the centre to beg, borrow or steal oxygen to provide for medical purposes, the Nagpur bench of Bombay High Court pulled up the state's government for not complying with the previous orders to provide remdesivir. During an urgent hearing on the plea filed by Max Hospital, the Delhi High Court came down on the union government heavily and questioned if the human lives are not important. In its plea, the Max Hospital has stated that they were on dangerously low levels of oxygen supply. The situation was quite similar in other hospitals in Delhi as well. The court said if procuring oxygen from the industries means that those industries have to be shut down for the time being, then let them be. Now, some states on the other hand have surplus supply of both oxygen and remdesivir. While patients in the National Capital Region, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh are reeling due to an acute shortage of oxygen, people in Kerala are doing better than ever. Kerala is the only state with an oxygen surplus, so much so that it has been sending supplies to Tamil Nadu, Goa and Karnataka as well. Data available with the Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organization show that Kerala's oxygen production is 199 metric tons per day, MTPD. Demand for COVID care in the state comes to 35 MTPD, while non-COVID care requires around 45 MTPD. Even after supplying oxygen in the state, they are left with enough to export. Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organization is playing a major role. It is assessing the availability of the life-saving gas in Kerala and in neighboring states as well. It is also looking at storage capacity and movement constraints. It is also evaluating transport capacity, bulk tank availability distances, road conditions and security. Kerala learned its lesson in the first wave of COVID and prepared itself for what may come, unlike the rest of the country. Interestingly, after the first wave, Kerala had raised the number of ICU beds and also doubled the number of ventilators. At present, out of 9,735 ICU beds, only 999 are occupied. Out of 3,776 ventilators, only 277 are occupied. Kerala's Chief Minister can confidently state that Kerala has no oxygen shortage issue at present. These patients in line are not suffering alone. The entire nation is. COVID-19 numbers are touching all-time high. The country's health system has collapsed. We are witnessing hundreds of deaths every day. It's not the time to fight among ourselves. The state and the central government need to come together as a team to ensure that no one dies due to lack of oxygen. The logical Indian urges the government to keep their differences aside and tackle the emergency on a war footing before it's too late.